state. Sparrow, you ready to take your
Right.
to you tonight? And I think you have
Not my dog. This mess, you know. She just looks like he's done. You made her
I, Stephen B. Farrell,
I, Stephen B. Farrell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will,
that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
as council member for the city of Dalton,
as council member for the city of Dalton
during my continuance in office.
during my continuance in office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
In addition thereto,
In addition thereto,
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I'm not the holder
of any county for the public
of any unaccounted for public money
due to the state of Georgia,
due to the state of Georgia
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof.
or authority thereof.
I'm not the holder of any office of trust
I'm not the holder of any office of trust
under the government of the United States,
under the government of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which by the laws of the state of Georgia,
which by the laws of the state of Georgia,
I'm prohibited from holding.
I'm prohibited from holding.
Not otherwise qualified, I am otherwise qualified
I'm otherwise qualified to hold
said office according to the Constitution
said office according to the Constitution
and laws of the state of Georgia,
and laws of the state of Georgia.
and I will support the Constitution
And I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America and the state of Georgia.
of the United States of America and the state of Georgia. One minute. Thank you, Mayor. Before I take the dice, I didn't want to, it's dangerous to tell a lawyer he can have anything, even minute. But I know who has the gavel, so I'll be mindful of that. But I wanted to, before I took the dice up there, I wanted to tell everybody what an honor and awesome responsibility this is, taking this oath tonight. I was able, over the last couple of months after I was elected, to meet with all of the department heads. And as many of you know, I've represented a lot of cities and counties. And I can tell you here tonight, without any equivocation, this is the most professional and well-run governmental entity I've ever dealt with. I can tell that already. Of course, I already knew that. I also am honored to be serving with all these fine people that are up here, many of whom I've known almost my entire life. I started first grade right across the street there. I graduated from high school 2 blocks from there, and I practiced most of my career right through that window there. And someday, I hope not anytime soon, I'm going to be put to rest up the hill up there. But between now and then, I hope to do everything I can, especially while I'm serving in this office, to help move this city forward and make it a better place whenever I do rest up there than when I first got here. I had Nancy to have the Bible open to a particular page. I've always opened it to this page when I've taken my oaths of office for public service before. And in fact, I see on the front of the Bible, I first took my oath of office to the state senate on January the 11th of 1993, which I guess is almost 29 years ago to the day. But the place that I opened my Bible up to has a verse that I wanted it to be open to. It's Proverbs 29:18, and it says, "Where there is no vision, the people will perish." And I've always opened it to that passage. When I was administered an oath 3 times by Governor Perdue, he always reminded me of another particular verse in the Bible, and I always think about that when I'm holding up my hand as well. It's from Micah 6:8. It says, "He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God." And I hope to take these 2 precepts and hold them dear to my heart as I embark on this new endeavor, and I look forward to getting underway. Thank you.
We've already violated that, went past 1 minute. But I will remember that because I see Carl Campbell out there. He gave the program at Rotary today. He was supposed to be out there by 1 o'clock. He went to 1:15. So I remember he's in a lot more trouble than you will. We've got a dignitary in the audience, Dr. Charles Luton Cabrone, who is running for congressman of the 14th district. Welcome to Dalton. We look forward to seeing you during the campaign. Thank you. It's a beautiful city. I've enjoyed getting to know it. Okay. Welcome. Approval of the agenda is the next on the item here. And one thing that already has changed is that Hamilton Medical Center will not be here to do special recognition because of what a bill is. We'll be back next month. Other than that, are any other additions, corrections, deletions? Motion by Ms. Harlan, is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Goodman. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Is no public comment. Next, we got the minutes of the special call meeting minutes of December 13th, 2021. Any additions, corrections, deletions? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Mock, for a second. Second. Second by Mr. Goodman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 4, special minutes of special call meeting of December 28th, 2021. Any additions, corrections, deletions? Motion by Ms. Harden, is there a second? Second by Mr. Mock, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those like that. New business 5, 3 new 2022 alcohol applications.
I have this, Mr. Mayor. These were approved, recommendation for this body to approve by the Public Safety Commission. There are 3. The first one is Sega Enterprise Corporation, doing business in Sega, that's located at 1001 Market Street, Suite 25. It's a new license for 4 years, for a client. Second one is Dogfire Coffee Company LLC, the business Farming House, located at 109 West Tyler Street, it's a new license for 4 years, for a client, for liquor. The third is NPS Golden LLC, doing business is Busy Package Store, located at 1902 Chapter Road. The new license package beer, package wine, package. Make a motion to approve.
Second by Mr. Mock, all in favor, say aye. All those like that. Number 6, ordinance 21-26, request of Trey Butler to rezone from heavy manufacturing zone 2 and general commercial C2 to general commercial C2 and tract of land totaling 2.15 acres located at 303 and 305 Fernwood Avenue, 1206 and 1208, due east of Morris Street, Dalton, Georgia, parcels 12-240-20-009, 12-240-20-007.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a fairly straightforward rezoning that came before us a while back. And the The petitioner is essentially requesting to rezone this multi-parcel property to one singular zone district. And right now, it's split between C2 and M2. And the issue here is that this building, essentially, for the most part, is a commercial building, or essentially the entire building is commercial. And there's been several additions to this building over the years. I think in the staff analysis, I got some pictures around the building to see kind of along the backside. It's the industrial bearing and supply business. A lot of folks are probably familiar with that, but there are a number of vacant storefronts along the rear of that property, inside of the property. And it was the petitioner's desire to give a lease out those spaces for retail or professional service type businesses that would fit in the general commercial zone district, but would not work in heavy manufacturing. And so they needed to have a conforming zoning to do that. We found no issues with staff analysis with the existing zoning or land use in this area. It certainly fits. And the main point staff took time to review was parking, because adding that much retail square footage to that property, we wanted to make sure that there was enough room for the additional parking spaces at the point that they could be full. Based on our measurements, we feel very confident that they can meet that parking. Recommendation is to approve. Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Ms. Harmon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 7, ordinance 21-27, request of Balthasar for Andy seeking to rezone from general commercial C2 to limited commercial C1A and tract of land code 0.06 acres located at 601 on Elm Street, Dalton, Georgia, parcel 12-200-10-006.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a slightly different situation here. We have a single family detached dwelling. I believe there's also a photograph of that property from street view in the staff analysis. Those familiar with the city barn in that area of the city will be familiar with this property. It's sort of stands out in that area, being the only single family residence surrounded by commercial in that area. And this is another one of those byproducts of the pyramid zoning ordinance that the city used to have, where in general commercial and heavy manufacturing, you could have a conforming single family dwelling. And now with the unified zoning ordinance, it would be zoned to a zone district that would permit a single family dwelling. In this case, we didn't really want to create an island of residential where it doesn't make sense for residential to be in the future as a general zone district. So that allowed us to use or to recommend a unique zone district that we have called limited commercial C1A. In that zone district, you can do basic office type uses as well as single family residence, single family dwelling. So that would work both for the needs of the petitioner, which is to occupy the home as a single family dwelling, but it would also allow, should the homeowner sell, it'll be converted into a commercial use, a number of small office opportunities that can occur in that building, and then it would need to be rezoned back to commercial based on the limited size of the property and the existing structure. That made the most sense to the staff, and that is why the recommendation was to rezone to C1A.
Questions? Motion by Mr. Mock, second. Second by Ms. Harlan. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Number 8, clear gov service order and service agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Presented before you this afternoon is a ongoing service order arrangement with a company called ClearGov. This would allow the city and the department heads to integrate 2 new features into our budgeting process each year. One is updating our ongoing capital budgeting process. Right now, the department heads submit a plethora of spreadsheets, and it's somewhat difficult to arrange all that in a useful format. This ClearGov service will allow us to do all of that through the internet in a user-friendly format. We can print and then present that to the full mayor and council, and as well as finance. The second piece of this is also we would like to start implementing digital budget book as part of our annual budget adoption process. This is an effort to be more transparent to the public. We will be able to publish the budget book online as the budget is adopted in a very user-friendly format, so that the taxpayers can see exactly where the revenues and expenditures of the city are going. The cost of this service is an $1,800 startup, which would be paid for out of the 2021 budget. And then the annual subscription of $11,840, which was included in the city administration budget request that was previously approved. Cindy and I sat through a couple of demonstrations already of this product, and it's being used by a lot of other cities throughout the nation. We think it'll be a good tool to add as part of our ongoing budget process.
Questions, David? Motion on this? Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. Number 9, appointments, we'll take the board and authority appointments first. One thing I'd like to ask, if you get older, could you have to bring any smaller than this?
Sorry about that.
First one, we'll take them one at a time, and I'd like to ask on this, the Trade Center, Mike Kinsey, why is this just a one-year appointment?
The Trade Center Authority is, from the city standpoint, a year-to-year appointment. We researched that as an annual appointment.
Mike Kinsey is recommended as Trade Center appointment. Your motion on this? Motion by Mr. Ferris, second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Todd Angle is the WC EMS Quality Review. I think this is the ambulance is what are all.
It's EMS Quality Review Committee. We meet bi-monthly and review the operations of EMS as compared to the contract with Whitfield County and the current contract holders handle that.
Okay. Is there a motion on this? Motion. Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Next is on the Airport Authority, Gary Cruz, serve a 5-year term from 2021 to 2026. Motion by Mr. Ferris, there's a second. Second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Next is Frank Robertson on the Joint Development Authority, term of 12/31/2021, 12/31/2022. Your motion? Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. Next one is Mike Merritt, replacing Bob Kennard on the Joint Development Authority, term from 2021 to 2024. Your motion on this? Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. All those like sign. Next is the Land Bank, Steve Fair taking Gary Cruz place, 1-year term. Your motion on this? Motion by Ms. Harlan, second by Mr. Mock, all in favor say aye. Next is our city attorney, Mr. Miller, term 2021, 2021, 2022. Your motion on this? So moved. Motion by Mr. Ferris, is second. Second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. On the Public Safety Commission is Terry Mathis, 5-year appointment from 2021 to 2026. Your motion? Motion by Ms. Harlan. Second by Mr. Goodman, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Recreation, Mitchell Box replacing Zach Mendez for 5-year appointment 2021 to 2026. Their motion on this? Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Mr. Goodman, all in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Tree Board, Pete Purvis, let's say 3-year term from 2021. Their motion on this? Motion by Ms. Harlan, is there a second? Second by Mr. Mock, all in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Next is John Coleman on the Tree Board, serve a 3-year term from 21 to 24. Your motion on this? Motion by Ms. Harlan. Second by Mr. Mock, all in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Another on the Tree Board, Chris Stearns, serve a 3-year appointment from 2021 to 2024. Your motion on this? So moved. Motion by Mr. Ferris, your second. Second by Ms. Harlan, all in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. That's all the citizen appointments. Mayor appointments will be motion on this. Airport Authority, Emily Harlan, Building Authority. Yes, it's Building Authority. What is it? Building Authority, yes, sir. Myself, Emily Harlan, CBB, Emily Harlan. No, wait, I gotta give it the current here. Dennis Mock replacing Emily Harlan as the CBB, Steve Fair replacing Ann Lee on the Creative Arts Guild, Ann Lee continuing on the Downtown Development Authority, myself on the DWCDC, all council meetings on finance and administration, housing, Tyree Goodman, joint development, Dennis Mock, library, Steve Farrow, MPO, Dennis Mock, municipal court, Steve Farrow, pension, myself and Dennis Mock, public safety, Emily Harlan, public works and facilities, Tyree Goodman and Emily Harlan, recreation, Dennis Mock, regional development, Kenny Gowan, service delivery, Andrew Parker, service delivery, Emily Harlan, solid waste management, Tyree Goodman, and myself, CAD policies, Dennis Mock, technology, Tyree Goodman, trade center, Steve Farrow, tree board, Steve Farrow, and water light and sinking fund, Steve Farrow. Miscellaneous appointments. Municipal court judge, Robert Cowan, I need a motion on this. So moved. Motion by Mr. Carden, Mr. Second. Mr. Farrow, second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Mayor Pro Tem, Emily Harlan. Motion by Mr. Mock, second by Tyree. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Fire Marshal, Matthew Daniel. Motion by Ms. Harlan, second by Mr. Mock. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. We already did carry. All right, number 10 is the appointment of Caitlin Sharp, position as Director of Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. I'm very excited tonight to welcome Caitlin Sharp as our appointee after a nationwide search. Caitlin, if you don't mind, step forward to the dais for the appointment to the position of Parks and Rec Director. As I said, we've engaged an executive search firm that canvassed the Southeast and the U.S. to present a great candidate. This is a candidate that brings a unanimous recommendation from the Recreation Commission. We're very excited to bring Caitlin Sharp on board from Catoosa County. That's where she was employed previously as the director. So I would ask for a recommendation or a motion to appoint her to this position.
Motion by Mr. Mock, is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Goodman. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Caitlin, welcome.
I really appreciate the opportunity.
Like to say something?
Real quick, I'm Parks and Recreation, it's kind of a lifestyle. And so I'm very excited and I'm very humbled that you guys have selected me to serve the community. I'm just here to hopefully enhance the Parks and Recreation operations to hopefully where the community enjoys their leisure time. So again, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I would also like to thank Greg Walker for serving as interim for over a year for the city. He's done a great job managing the ship as the captain, and very thankful to Greg for his time served during this past year.
Thank you, Greg. There being no supplemental business, announcement, city government offices will be closed Monday, January 17th, in observance of MLK Day. The next city council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 18th.